guys, and as promised yesterday, this is my second unboxing of a Commander deck, which is a Precon, and this is called Murders at Karlov Manor, and it's the Revenant Recore, I think it's called. Yeah. Uh, Yesterday, I unboxed Scrappy Survivors from Fallout, and this is the Murder at Karlov Manor series. This is a bit older series, so it costs a little bit less, but as stated here, I'm still getting a sample booster pack, so that's cool. And I also get 2 legendary traditional foils. So, as always, you're welcome to join me here for this unboxing, and this one is easier to open up because you got a sort of a zipper mechanism on the back here, so I'm just going to utilize that, I think. Yeah. So I have sort of revitalized my interest for Magic the Gathering after some friends of mine introduced me to the Commander format. Oh, interesting. And we got some cardboard box +1/+1 counters here, which ain't too shabby. Let's just open this real quick. Look at that later. What's this? Where is Lazov? To find out, Marco Vosk will stop at nothing, and neither will you when you play this deck. It's full of cards that surveil and cards that give you a bonus when you do so much as copy catchers, disinformation campaign, and Mirko himself. Not only are you setting yourself up for surveil bonuses, but you're also filling your graveyard with all kinds of corpses to bring back and puppet. From Grave Titan to Evil Eye of Dismantle, there will be plenty of creatures you want to return. You can use cheap reanimation like Animate Dead, Necromancy, and Reanimate to make that happen. Regardless of whether you find Lazov, anyone in your way is going to discover a world of trouble. Okay? And there's also the commander rules here, which is cool. If you don't know the rules, you get a rundown of them here. You also have a web address you can visit if you want the full description of these rules. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. There's also a booster sample pack here, which is pretty cool. I like the font and the styling of this series. I haven't bought this before, so, and this is the usual cardboard box where you keep your cards if you haven't bought any extravagant. Oh yeah, and the counter. Nothing extravagant about this though. Yesterday I got a counter with the Fallout theme, dog meat on one side, and I got it in its own fonts, but this is just plain boring fonts, Times New Roman. Yeah, but still, it's nice to have it. Yeah. So let's see what I bought for 700 of my kroners, which I do get through my work, as it were, working as a nurse assistant here in Trondheim Kommune. Yeah. I've been sick now some days, so I've been away from work some days now, so I'm hoping to return. But then you're gonna see less of me, so I guess you're better off for it. Okay, so I guess this is my commander then. I think. Let's check him out. Uh, and this is the what's it called? It's the card that I can have on my display if I want. Okay, flying vigilance. Whenever you surveil, put a +1/+1 counter on Mirbo, obsessive theorist. At the beginning of your end step, you may return target creature card with power less than miracles from your grave to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Okay, so there's lots of stuff going on here. I have to read up on some of it, but seems pretty interesting. Seems pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how this commander works out. And I've separated the deck in 2 piles so I don't get overwhelmed with cards in my hands here. So let's just start with this little thing. It's a creature. It's a defender, so it can't attack, I guess. Whenever you surveil, put a +1/+1 counter on Thurburrow Phantasm as long as Thunderbarrow Phantasm has a 3 or more +1 counters on it. It can attack as though it didn't have defender. That's pretty cool. And only costs 1 to play, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Just gonna turn down the heat on these potatoes that I'm cooking in the background here, so it doesn't go overboard. Okay, let's see what else is in this deck then. Reanimate Dead, it says. And I think this is a refurbishing of an older card. Enchant creature card in a graveyard. When Reanimate Dead enters the battlefield, if it's on the battlefield, it loses enchant creature card. I actually have to read this. So much text here. If it's on the battlefield, it loses enchant creature card in the graveyard and gain enchant creature put with a battlefield with a return enchant creature card is. Wow. So you can effectively reanimate your creatures from the graveyard here with this card. And the graphic or the artwork is pretty cool. Necromancy. You may cast Necromancy as though it had flash. If you cast it any time a sorcery could have been cast, the controller of the permanent, it becomes okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Another animate effect from the graveyard there. I'm struggling a bit when it becomes walls of text. So, but here we go. Price of Fame. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a legendary creature. Destroy target creature. Surveil. Look at the top 2 cards of your library and put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest at the top of your library in any order. That's pretty cool. So now I know what the Surveil effect is. So it's pretty awesome. It's an upgraded mill effect, I would presume. Beast Horror. So there's a lot of dark themed creatures in this deck. When Ravenous Chupacabra enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls. Yeah. Pretty awesome. It's cool because you get the creature and it also comes with an instant effect, so that's pretty neat. Shriekmaw. Fear. This creature. Oh, cool. When Shriekmaw enters the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. Wow. So, another instant destroy target creature there. Oh yeah, and it may also be cast for less, but then you just get the spell and you don't get the creature because it gets sacrificed at the end of turn. Or when it enters the graveyard. No, battlefield, sorry. Sinister Starfish. Yeah, that's pretty sinister looking. And when this enters the battlefield, well, it's got summoning sickness, of course, but after that, you can surveil. But it can't attack just yet because it's got no power, just toughness. Pretty awesome stuff so far. This seems a very creature-oriented deck. The deck I had yesterday was almost no creatures in it. A little bit wall of text here, but I think I can manage. So let's see. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put to a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh. That's pretty cool. And it's rare, I think. Another creature, whenever you surveil for the first time each turn, Whispering Smith deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Okay, so pretty cool. I get some life then. That's awesome. Demir's Spybug. Flying Menace. Whenever you surveil, put a 1/1 counter on Demir's Spybug. Huh. Okay. Okay. So here we got 2 for the price of 1 here. Yeah. Looks a bit strange, but it's 1 magic card. Yeah. Surveil, then draw a card. So that's Surveil for you. And you also got an instant with this card. Each opponent returns a non-land permanent they control with the highest mana value among permanents they control to its owner's hand. So that's nice. Two tools for the price of 1. Not bad. Another enchantment. When this information campaign enters the battlefield, you draw a card and each opponent discards a card. Oh, that's cool. Whenever you surveil, return this information to its owner's hand. Okay, so you can... This is kind of cool. You can go back and forth and you can, like, throw it in the mix there, and for each time you have to... Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I like this card a lot. I haven't seen this before though, but it's nice. So yeah, this is not a creature, no? Okay, surveil, then draw 2 cards. Notion Rain. Yeah, Notion Rain deals 2 damage to you. To surveil, yeah. So. And it's a sorcery, so. But still, pretty cool. So there's a lot of surveil stuff going on. An arcane signet, no explanation needed there. Yeah, so now we're entering our mana stones. Multi-kicker, what the hell? Okay, multi-kicker. You may pay an additional 2 any number of times as you cast a spell. Overflowing Chalice, that's what this card is called, yeah. Enters the battle with a charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. Add. Oh. And it costs 0 to cast. Wow. So you can have a lot of mana on that artifact, yeah. Mind Stone. Yeah. Pretty basic. Soul Ring. Yep. Pretty basic as well. Nice to have, though. Cool. So you can have it deal 1 damage, and then you get a blue or a black mana. Nice. You have no maximum hand size. That's handy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Another one of these cards you exile. But I like this more than the desert one from yesterday. Here you choose which graveyard you want to exile. Yeah. The one yesterday exiled all graveyards, and since that deck that I showed you yesterday is so dependent on its graveyard, then that's sort of a sort of taking suicide. Add 1 mana of any color to your commander's color's identity. Nice. This is also quite cool. You return a land. So if a land has an effect when you play it, then you can play it again. Yeah, that's awesome. Also quite cool. You may return a sorcery or an instant card from your graveyard to your hand. Also quite cool. Yeah. I feel this is a more serious deck, though. There's not much room for humor here. This is serious stuff going on. Yeah. So. Temple of the False God. Yeah. So. Got that yesterday as well, but different artwork, of course. Yeah, cool. So you surveil, and you don't have to discard this land. Pretty cool. And we also got some cool lands here, as you can see. Yeah. Pretty awesome. They sure know what they're doing down in Wizards of the Coast headquarters here. Okay. And a card with some rulings, in case you forget. Yeah. And this is the playable version of my commander, which is nice to have, yeah? Because the other one is a display card, so it's nice to have this. When Marvo Deep Operator attacks clash with defending player, each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts the card on the top or bottom. A player wins if the card had a higher mana value. Okay. Whenever you win a clash, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value 8 or less without paying its mana cost. Okay, so this is pretty awesome right here. Yeah. Nice. Okay, going through the second half of this deck then. We got some tokens, a copy, and a zombie. Same deal with these four. And then we got a salamander warrior, which is a 4/3, and another zombie. Yeah. But I prefer these though, because, well, the deck yesterday had all sorts of junk, so you don't have enough cards to make tokens. But here you actually got a few of them. And something called City's Blessing. Once you have earned the favor of the guilds, the power of the guild pact is yours forever. Wow. I have no idea what that is, but I guess I'm gonna find out soon enough. Zombie, yeah. And another zombie, and something going on here. You may have Visor of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has no mana cost. It's white and it's a zombie in addition to its other types. Cool. So there's a copy effect in this deck here. Case of the Shifting Visage. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. To solve, there are 15 or more cards in your graveyard. If unsolved, solve at the beginning of your end step. Solve whenever you cast a non-legendary creature spell, copy that spell. The copy becomes a token. Okay. Never seen this before though. It's an enchantment, but it's all sort of stuff going on here. So okay, so yeah, nice. Okay, another creature. There's a lot of creatures in this deck, which is nice, because well, it's cool to have creatures. Whenever you surveil, you may pay 1 generic mana and 1 blue. If you do, create a token as a copy of Copy Catchers. Cool. So I guess that's what this is for then. Yeah. Okay. Flash, so you can cast this as an instant. Flying during your opponent's end step, you may cast spells as though they had flash. Wow. So you got a bunch of sorceries lying around. Now you can cast them on your opponent's end step. Whenever you remove a time counter from which of ours while it's exiled, surveil 1. Suspend. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool, yeah. So instead of paying its mana cost, you can suspend it for 1 blue mana and 1 generic mana. And that's the whole point of this whole card, because if you don't do that, you don't get the effect that's on here. So each time you remove a time counter on it, you can surveil. And that is the whole point of this whole deck, it seems. So I think I like this deck more than Scrappy Survivors. I think I'll be playing this when my friends and I get together tomorrow. Surveil, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Exile, channel, Servanade. Yeah. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. There's lots of cool cards on this deck here. Flying, and it has lifelink as well. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards of your graveyard you've surveilled this turn. If you cast... Okay. If you cast a spell this way, you may pay life equal to the mana value rather than paying its mana cost. This is pretty cool. Yeah. And I can already tell you that this deck, it seems more fun than Scrappy Survivors, to be honest. It is a shame because I was looking forward to the Fallout theme, but oh well. When 4 boating steamboat enters the battlefield, each player chooses 2 non-token, non-vehicle creatures they control, exile them until foreboding steamboat leaves the battlefield. Whenever foreboding stream attacks, put a card exiled with it into its owner's graveyard. If you do, investigate. Investigate. I have no clue what that means, though, so I gotta go to the internet, World Wide Web, and read about that. Investigate. Unshakable Tail. When Unshakable Tail enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Whenever 1 or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, investigate. Okay, here it comes. Investigate. Create a clue token. It's an artifact with... Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's not too complicated either, so... The more complicated things get, the less funny it is. Counter target spell. You may cast a creature, instant sorcery, or planeswalker spell from your graveyard with mana cost value less than or equal to the spell's mana value without paying its mana cost. Oh, okay. So it's a counter and a free spell from your graveyard. Pretty awesome. Ransom Note. When Ransom Note enters the battlefield, surveil 1, sacrifice Ransom Note, choose 1, cloak. What the hell? Cloak, the top card of your library. Go target creature, draw a card. Okay. Another rule I have to read up on then. Cloak. I have no idea what that means. I think I know what goad means though, but yeah. There are lots of words now that have new rules, which I don't know, so I have to read up on it. I'm afraid. I guess that it is what it is. When what to say here? Amphimutineer. Okay. When Amphimutineer enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature controller creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. Okay. And I think I got a salamander here. Where did I put it? Where did I put that salamander? I got it here someplace. Yeah, there we go. Looking quite awesome, though. Yeah. He looks like he's ready to kill any day. Oh, well. Okay. Pretty cool. So far, I think this deck is really good. I have no complaints about it. It seems a bit aggressive, though, but I guess that's the name of the game. Okay. Dream Eater. When Dream Eater enters the battlefield, surveil 4. When you do, you may return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay. So, pretty cool. And it's got flash as well, so. So you take a creature that your opponent controls and you put it back in their hand, and that means that you slow them, and that means you are winning and they are losing. Mission briefing. Surveil 2, then choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Okay. Well. Pretty awesome. And I saw your message, Sam. Sorry I can't reply. I'm doing this live stream. I'll look at it afterwards. But I'm looking forward to playing Fortnite with you on in 1800 hours. It's about 4 hours away. Yeah. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to eat some potato chips. You're going to have to endure me with my eating noises. Yeah. Phyrexian Metamorph. Okay, so this can be paid with the 2 or 2 life. You may have Phyrexian Metamorph at the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Yeah, cool. So then I got a token for that as well. Yeah, so that's a copy. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm having fun with myself here, probably. You're probably not laughing as much as I do. Sphinx of the Second Sun. At the beginning of your... And this is an ultra rare card. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, there is an additional beginning phase after this phase. The beginning phase includes the untap, upkeep, and draw steps. Okay, so this is pretty awesome. Looking pretty mean as well. Oh well. Vizier of Many Faces. You may have Vizier of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except if Vizier of Many Faces was embalmed. What the hell does that mean? Can anybody explain? Embalmed? Okay, what? The token has no mana cost. It's white and it's a zombie in addition to its other types. Embalm. Embalm. I guess I gotta read up on that. I have no idea. Put X1 -1/-1 counters on each creature. Okay. Shuffle Black Sun's Zenith into its owner's library. So this is essentially a board wipe. And I'm going to try to explain it to my non-Magic players, because I know one of you don't play Magic. So when you play this, each player has an X amount of lands, and that's your currency. You tap it to use this currency. And let's say I have 10. So I need to have 2 black, and that's 2 black right there. That's this one. And then I can have X, which means whatever. So then I can have 8 other lands of other types. So I pay 10. And that means that every creature on the battlefield get 8 -8. So they don't get 10 because they have to pay the cost, but they get the... Yeah, so 8. So that means that, for example, this creature would be dead. Yeah. And all other creatures with it. Okay. Moving on then. Dog Detective. When Dog Detective enters the battlefield, surveil 2. Okay. When an opponent draws their second card each turn, you may return Dog Detective from the graveyard to your hand. Pretty cool. There's loads of cool effects here on this deck. It seems pretty fun to play. Doom Whisperer. And there are loads of creatures in there, but all have sort of different effects and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Flying Trample, pay 2 life, Surveil 2. Look at the top. 2 cards. Yeah, we all know what Surveil means now. Or we hope you do. But I can read it for you if you want. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Then put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest on the top of your library in any order. So it's a cool way to find good cards. And now we have Death Touch as well. Grave Titan. Whenever Grave Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2 black zombie creature tokens. And I believe I have those as well. 2/2 zombie token. And here's another one. So yeah. Even though I paid 700 kroner for this deck, it's exceptional value already. In my mind, at least. Compared to yesterday. Yeah. This is an old card, really good though. When Massacre Worm enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent's control get -2/-2 until end of turn, where every creature your opponent control dies, the player loses 2 life. When Overseer of the Damned. When Overseer of the Damned enters the battlefield, you may destroy target creature. Whenever a non-target creature an opponent control dies, create a tapped. Yeah. One of these again. Phyrexian Arena. Yeah. Got this. It's really good. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So it lets you draw more cards. Convoke. Your creature can help cast this spell. Each creature you tap while casting this and pays 1. So you can have 3. You can't pay for the black one, but you can play 3 creatures to get rid of this, and then it only costs 1 black mana. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, Surveil 2. Yeah. Pretty awesome. A sorcery, put target creature card from your graveyard into the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. Yeah. Pretty basic stuff. Rise of the Dark Realms. Put all creature cards from all graveyards into the battlefield under your control. Jesus Christ. So you get to steal your dead opponent's creatures. The creatures that have died, you can put all of them on your battlefield and just do whatever you want. So that's a game changer right there. Yeah. Toxic Deluge has an additional cost to cast a spell, paid next life. All creature gets. Yeah, so it's a board wipe. I believe I have several board wipes in here now. And board wipe just means that all the creatures, your creatures and your opponent creatures die. So that's called a board wipe. Yeah. Twilight Prophet, Flying, Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get to see this blessing for the rest of the game. Yeah, that's... I believe I have that as well here. City's Blessing. Where was that? I had it. I had it here. Oh, Jesus. It's gone for me now. It's gone forever. I don't know where it is. Copy, copy. Copy, 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 copy. Sorry about this, guys. I have to find City's Blessing. It's essential. Yeah, there we go. City's Blessing. Once you have earned the favor of the guilds The power of the guild pact is yours forever. And that's called the city's blessing. Yeah. And it's a token, basically. So but I didn't say what it means though, so I should probably do that. At the beginning of your if you have City's Blessing, which I do, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life for X is that card's mana value. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, this is so good. Oh Jesus. Oh. Okay. Scrappy Survivors from yesterday, it's 4 out of 6. This deck, 6 out of 6, hands down. It's that good, really. Flying Death Touch when Baleful Strix enters the battlefield, draw a card. Yeah, that's just epic stuff. This I'm having lots of fun now. I'm thinking about my friends getting demolished. Okay, so this is a 2-for-1 card here. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. Okay, and surveil 3. Then return a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Awesome. That is awesome. Legendary creature, Shapeshifter. When Lazov the Multifarious enters the battlefield, surveil 1. Okay. Lazov the Multifarious becomes a copy of target creature card on your graveyard with mana value X, except its name is Lazarov the Multifarious. It's a legendary in addition to its other types, and it has this ability. Okay, so pretty complicated even for me, but I think I get the knack of it. You just cast this, and it becomes a copy of whatever you want in the graveyard, and yeah, so it's pretty powerful. Zombie Wizard, Master of Death. Yeah, he actually looks like he's the Master of Death, this guy. Yeah. When Master of Death enters the battlefield, surveil 2. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Master of Death is in your graveyard, you may pay 1 life. If you do, return it to your hand. Yeah, nice. So he's the Master of Death and life. Okay, so here comes the lands. Pretty self-explanatory. This is what you have to pay for your creatures, enchantments, and instances, and sorceries, and all the other junk. Yeah. I've seen many of these cards before, though, so I thought that it was refurbishings in the artwork, but they haven't done much with the artwork. I've seen this art before, but I don't really mind. Really, it's okay. They don't have to redo the artwork each time they release a new commander deck. Yeah. It's instead they should focus on making good decks, which this is. So. Pretty cool. Yeah, and this is also quite cool. Because you want to surveil in this deck, it seems. It's surveil is the main ability of this deck. As you can see, lots of surveil turning up here. Yeah. Oh, cool. So you can have target players. So if you want to collaborate with a player, you can do that with this card. Or you can cast it on yourself, of course, and play 2 cards. And you can also play it for his flashback cost. And that means you pay 2 and you pay 3 life, and then you can cast it from your graveyard as well. So it's pretty powerful. Okay. Wow, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say, man. I'm awestruck. This deck is just crazy cool. There's all sorts of stuff going on here, which makes my chance of winning and having fun at the same time more likely. Uh, yeah, so another stopper right here. You stop a creature from attacking, and you put it into your opponent's hand. You don't destroy the creature, but it slows your opponent down, which is quite cool. Yeah. Also quite cool, and it's got an evoke cost, so you don't have to get the creature, you can just get the effect and put this in your graveyard. 2 cards left here. Also quite cool. I've seen this before, but it's still cool to have since it's got Surveil and it's got flying, so it flies over the creatures that don't have flying, and you can attack your friendly neighbor. Yeah, another Surveil effect here, so pretty cool. Yeah, so that's it. That's the whole deck, and I'm pretty impressed. It's awesome. Lots of value for my money, my hard-earned cash here. I still haven't opened this though, so I'm gonna open that as well for you guys so you can see what it contains if I get lucky. Sometimes you flunk out on these, but yeah, it's included that you get one for free. These do cost a lot of money on Outland, which is our local store here in Trondheim. But here you get one for free as a thank you for buying the Commander deck, which is pretty cool. It's a sample, so the one they sell on Outland is not a sample, and they got more cards in them. But still, it's cool that they include a sample pack for free. So there we go. Okay, we open this, and let's see what it contains in here. There's also there's always a commercial in here, so I gotta survive that. Yeah, discover the coolest card, and you can scan this and check out some cool cards. Okay, so the first one doesn't really correlate to this deck because this is green, and the deck that I have in front of me here is well, blue and black, as you can see here. So I can use this card, but I can use it on my other decks if I want. Archdruid Charm, and it's a pretty rare card since it's orange there. Search your library for a creature or land card and reveal it. Put it into the battlefield tapped if it's a land card. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Exile target artifact or enchantment. So yeah, so pretty cool. I could add this to one of my green decks, for example, and boost my green deck with a better card. And this is indeed a very good card. It's an instant, and you have 3 effects here, which you can choose. So pretty cool. The other card is Murder, and this I can indeed add to my deck since this is black. Destroy target creature. Yeah. So pretty cool. Yeah, and it's this as well, I think. When Unfin Mutineer enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature control creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. Uh, Exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks the opponents this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of your next. Okay. Okay. So another thing I have to read up on that in core. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's Murder at Karlov Manor for you guys. Revenant Recon, it's called. Yeah. And it's pretty good. Lots of value for money. And I also got some counters on the cardboard box thing here, which I can use if I want. But I got dice for that, but it's still cool that they included it. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching my Magic the Gathering video. I'm pretty new at this, so if I missed out on something, then I apologize for that. But I've had lots of fun today and yesterday opening these decks. If you did miss out on my Scrappy Survivors video, you can watch that. I think it's available on YouTube, even though it went live yesterday, so you can still watch it if you want. And thank you guys for watching. And I guess I see you in the next video. Maybe I'll make a video where I create a custom deck and we can go through it together and create a good deck to crush my friends. And you can come up with suggestions if you want. If you think this card is cool, or if you want to discard that and suggest something else, you can do that. Yeah. So yeah. All kinds of fun can be had with Magic the Gathering at the moment, and I think they're on a good stride now with Commander. I hope they continue on making the world a better place. People play Magic the Gathering and they forget about their troubles and war and stuff, and that's what it's all about, really. Just having fun with your friends and getting together and doing something else than being isolated with your phone and being alone and stuff and crap. Yeah. So that was my speech for today. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Have a nice day. And Sam, I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.